What is good, YouTube? I'm Toxin Gaming. What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Toxin Gaming. I hope you liked that little jingle at the beginning. Got a little bored, but yeah, I'm going to go over my King or Skull Servants, King of the Skull Servant deck, whatever you want to call it or whatever. I guess I can post this at my locals, I think 2 weeks ago, and I didn't do a video of it, which was really weird for me. But yeah, I figured since I was you know wanted to make a video today, I just come out and be like, hey, this is the deck I played. So this list is actually really cool. I really enjoyed playing it. I like the whole floating from the graveyard, seeing that it does, along with being able to burn out the opponent and control the opponent's field. I think all that is really nice. Haunted Shrine is an insane card, and I highly think that card probably should have also gotten hit on the Niagara list. But so many cards got hit on that I'm happy that they didn't add another card, in all honesty. But yeah, without further ado, I'm going to jump right into this. The skill we're playing is going to be Servants of the Fallen King. Now, this skill is really interesting, right? It's a Foolish Burial for level 3 or lower normal zombie monsters, right? And so, most of the time, that sucks. But for Skull Servants, it actually is really good. Because what you do is you send your Skull Servant here to the graveyard, and then that will make your King of the Skull Servant just a little stronger, times 1,000 for each Skull Servant and King of the Skull Servant in the graveyard. So it becomes a very powerful boss monster. Alright, so we're going to be playing 3 copies of this card because we want to be boosting our monster as strong as possible. Next on our list is going to be King of the Skull Servant. Like I said, this is your big boss monster of the deck. It can reoccur itself by banishing King of the Skull Servant or Skull Servant from your graveyard when it's destroyed by battle. Not only that, but it gains attack points, not just for the monster you can Foolish Burial from your skill, which is insane, but also from themselves, which, can turn into a 5,000 beater, which in my opinion is really cool. The biggest thing that I like about this card is that it recurs itself, though. Like I said, this deck is more of a control deck, more than anything, so being able to keep a monster on the field while you control your opponent's board is very strong. Next up on our list is going to be the Goblin Zombie. Goblin Zombie searches your king whenever it's destroyed by battle. Not only that, but for whatever reason, whenever I was playing this tournament, the fact that he can mill a card from the top of my opponent's deck when it deals damage actually mattered, right? And that ability comes up sometimes, but in most cases, when it does come up and you hit the powerful trap cards like the 2 of Nightmare Wheel or the 1 of the 3 of cards, or even like the 1 of Jinzo from milling it off the top of the deck, that in my opinion is very good. So yeah, he's being played at 2, mainly for the Searcher, but also keep in mind that the mill effect can come up. Haunted Shrine, like I said, is going to be played at 3. This is your best recursion stall card. So when you control no monsters on your field, you can special summon a zombie from your graveyard by activating it on your field. And then while it's in your graveyard, not during the same turn you activated it, when you control no monsters, you can bash it from your graveyard. And then when you do, you can special summon 1 Skull Servant from your graveyard. So, or not Skull Servant, but zombie monster from your graveyard. So it uses the same ability twice, pretty much, which is really nice. Which is also why we're playing at 3. Nightmare Wheel is going to be our 2-0 from the Niagara Banlist. This card got hit to 2, so yeah, that's what we're playing at 2. I think this bird is still very strong in this format, yeah, I think most people would agree with me. Nightmare Wheel is in most of my decks right now, and I highly recommend playing it if you are not. So yeah, that's my 2 of. Floodgate Trap Hole, usually I've been playing it at 3 in my control builds, but in this deck in particular, I actually dropped it to 2, and then threw the other one into side. So what it does is just sets the opponent's monster, opponent can activate or flip their monster face up after the summon, controls the field a little bit more until you can get your king up to a 3k beater or even more, depending on what you need for the time. Next is going to be the Wall of Disruption, which actually comes up a lot, especially in conjunction with the Goblin Zombie. If you can shrink them low enough whenever they're attacking into this attack position monster, you can mill the top card of your opponent's deck, which, like I said, could be very strong. Zominous Spirit is going to be the 1 of the deck. I think this card is still one of the best cards, if not the best card in Speed Duels, being its own version of a walking magic cylinder. It really is one of the strongest cards that you can play as your 1 of outside of Jinzo. Cosmic Cyclone is going to be the 3 of this deck from the Niagara Banlist. We're playing this at 2 in the main deck, 1 in the side again. The reason why is just because we want to be able to clear the opponent's spell and trap card background before we invest into the King of the Skull Servant, because Floodgate Trap Hole is in like every deck right now, so we want to be very careful. Same with Nightmare Wheels. Nightmare Wheels is also a very strong card in this current format. Our side deck is, probably what I've been running usually outside of the Cosmic and Floodgate in the side. Like I said, this is just our 3rd copy of both these cards, just in case we need them. This Floodgate being at 1 in here sometimes would come up actually. Whenever I was in a position where I was playing against a deck that brought out really strong boss monsters really fast, I always found myself cutting one of the walls, throwing into the Floodgate trap hole. Usually wall was the card that I was cutting for my side deck, so if you guys don't want to play wall, you can definitely play both of these cards in your main deck instead. Offerings to the Doomed is my favorite side deck tech right now. I think this card is insane. It just clears a monster on your opponent's board, and you just don't draw for the turn, which can really come up sometimes. I know during the Viral Despair format, when I was playing this card, I would literally force myself not to draw by popping cards on the field, just so I didn't get myself milled out. And it just is. That's a way that can be versatile, but also just clearing the opponent's face-up monster is also very, very strong. No Man of Crossout is just really good against any flip effect decks such as Flip Angels. Also, it's just really good if your opponent's on the 3 of DD Warrior Lady, because this can easily out them when they set it. And then Mind Crush is going to be at 1. Another favorite side deck tech that I was using in pre-GX format, and now I've been seeing myself playing it more post-GX format because of the Cyber Angel deck running around. So being able to have this triple Floodgate and 1 Mind Crush against that deck, in my opinion, is very, very powerful. But yeah, this is the deck. I hope you all enjoyed this type of deck profile. I went a little bit more in depth than what I usually do, but I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.